We are going to enter this bathroom and see what it looks like before we do anything. So this is going to be a 7-part series, but this was supposedly remodeled. Let's see if we can kind of see this. The shower, well, it's okay. The floor is kind of being taped together at the moment because it has cracked. And so in general, it's not too bad, although it is not functioning for us at all. So this is going to be project number 1. We are going to redo this sink bottom. And then this is just, I don't know what to do with this. One of those 3-part mirrors, and if you stand at just the right angle, it looks like you're not there. With the open light bulbs, sorry for the brightness on that. So we're hanging towels here and stacking them up. And then over here we have our big mess of a garden tub where everything just kind of is sitting on the edge because, you know, where else are you gonna put it? And then we have this weird closet that's, you know, mobile home closet. And this is where my towels end up hanging. So there's one for me. There's the other one of mine. My husband hangs his on the rack that we just saw. And then we have this little area, which is actually a nightstand that I'm going to be redoing because I'm going to replace it with some cool shelves in here. And we just end up with a place to put stuff. And then, you know, the toilet shelf unit. Everybody loves that, right? And our little hangy thing. And then we have this, like, I don't know, weird pistachio sort of green on the beige. And then this is what the floor looks like. So we are going to go and redo this whole thing one by one. Oh yeah, by the way, see our wonderful huge mirror. That's always fun, especially if you're getting out of the bathtub. Yay! Okay, so this is the project that we're starting on. And let's see what we're going to change it into. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take off this hardware and get this thing cleaned. Although, wow, that's not even nailed into the wood. It's just got staples that are missing the wood. Now here's one of the big problems that I have, is that my hands are not very strong. Let me try these first. These drawers are filthy. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and get the drill. So this is definitely your friend when you have problems using your hands. All right, let me get this off and then we're gonna get to cleaning. Adventureland. I finished washing this. It's still a little bit wet, so I'm gonna kind of dry it a little bit. My next step is to sand this a little bit. Now, the sides of it's going to have to be painted because this is wood. The side is just a pressed board with some plastic coating over it. So that's not going to get that's going to get painted. That's not going to get weatherized. Same with this bottom strip here. And let's see what we can do. Gonna sand. Got an 80 grit sandpaper. I would really love to just bring my sander in here, but I don't want tons of dust all over the place. Maybe I'll give in and get my sander. Hold on. Okay, This might make a lot of mess, so let's see what happens. Got some old sandpaper on there. Okay, so the idea that I was going to do this by hand is a joke. We are going to kind of randomly paint on, I should probably put something on the floor, some gray. I got some on the floor. That should be okay, because it is tile. Let me get in these crevices, some up here. I'm going to do this on the door here first. And we're really hoping this stuff will soak in. Alright, now we are going to take some, so that was a Rust-Oleum Weathered Gray, and now Dixie Belle's No Pain Gel Stain in Walnut. And I have no idea if these two are going to work well together, since one is a gel stain and one is not. And this could just be another mistake that I have to work my way through. So I'm going to come and kind of fill in all of these places wherever doesn't have the gray. It's kind of using more than I thought. That's good. I started with the biggest spot, so. And I'm putting it on with a napkin, so I don't know, maybe using a brush would have been better. Let's see how this is absorbing. I can always add more, so no biggie. Start working this in together. So anything that has not gotten stain on it, we're going to do that right now. So we'll get into all the corners. You see there's a few places here where, okay, going to do that to the whole thing, and then we'll go to the next step. I got the gray stain and the walnut stain on and wiped it down. The next step in is I have some whitewash, so just some white paint, acrylic paint that's been watered down. I'm going to brush it. I'm using a chip brush, a pretty big one, and I'm going to brush it over this. Now this is a wash, so it's going to wipe off, although over the stain it cleans pretty good. So let's see. So now I'm going to try and kind of keep it with the grain once I get most of it off here. Got all of the whitewash on here. It's looking quite grayed down, which is awesome. I don't care that it looks a little splotchy here and there. That's going to add to the character a little bit. And now we're going to make the wonderfulness come out of this. So I'm using a color called Sea Glass, a very light amount on here, and I just want to get a little bit of color. It's all brown and gray and white, and I want to get a little bit of color highlights here. You can see that green coming out. It's almost sparkling. That's kind of cool. I guess that's why it's called Sea Glass. You know what? I'm putting this on a little bit thicker than I might have normally, but because I really like it. I'm liking that green showing out. Let's hope it doesn't look like mold or anything. I seem to have created a new learning opportunity. I got a little too heavy-handed with the green, and as it dried, it kind of is everywhere. So I don't know if you can see from there, this mess that, all right, so I did it. Love the green highlights, all of that, but I feel like the green has infected the entire project. So I put the gray wash over it. Was too gray, thought I'd sand a little bit of it down, and so I did. I sanded a whole lot of it down. But now when I look at it, all I see is green. There's green everywhere. This is all tinted green. I don't know how well that's coming over on the camera, but I am going to kind of backtrack. Another creative learning opportunity. So I am going to now, over what's here, kind of backtrack a little bit on staining. I'm going to put a little bit more of this stain on and see where we go from there. Okay, got the brown on. It looks quite brown. Gonna do the gray. Let's see how that comes out. So I got the entire front of this thing done, but that was wood. So now I'm going to do the sides, and this is not wood. This is just that plastic from like a type stuff thing on it. Anyway, I'm going to sand this down and prime it, and then try and make it look like this. Let's see how that goes. So I sanded this all down so that my primer has something to stick onto. And I have to put a primer on it because, again, this is not actually wood. So, now this wall is going to be painted. That'll be in another video, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. And I'm going to put this one on first. And again, just kind of a little bit everywhere. Okay, so now I don't like these. These are not my friend. I don't know how people work so well with them. To me, it just always smushes in there. Okay, so it's enough. Now, I'm actually using a brush for the gray. Oops, let me stir my gray first, because my gray actually needs stirred. Okay, so, you think this will end up looking like wood? What do you think? I'm going to blend it as I go. Fill in some of those white spots maybe that I didn't quite get with the stain. I'll try and keep it all going in one direction. This is just some white paint with some water mixed in, about 50-50. I didn't even wait for this to dry. I'm just going right over it. Oh, look at that. Okay, we'll come back in a little while and do the highlights on it. It's looking really good. Alright, the very last piece that I have to do is to make the streaks on here to highlight. So this is a very slow process because I am dry brushing and it's just little tiny specks. So just about done with this. Putting on the hardware, I put on a couple already. Took the knob off of this, but we want to put a handle on it just to match the other ones. So I have to drill a hole in that. Alright, don't want to mess it up. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure that by putting a piece of paper over it and drawing it out. So here I got one there and one there. Okay. So now I can kind of come over to this one. I got that there. If I line up my paper, let me see if that's a good spot. It is. So right there, just dropping it right down. Okay, here we go. Let me just double check myself. Okay, make sure that I put it in the right spot. Maybe go the other way because I think I have it on coming out, not going in. That might work better. Yep, there it goes. Let's. Okay, hardware's on. Love the rustic look of it. This one, okay, I took a little bit of, didn't quite get it on there straight, had to re-drill a few times, but it's all on there. Works great. I love the browns that are showing through. It came out so rustic looking. Considering it's not real wood, it's as good as it's gonna get. So I am going to put the top coat on. Got a polyacrylic here. And this is the last thing that I have to do. And then this will be complete. So we talked about eventually changing out the top part of this. Something on marble. We have before we are at the end of the series. But for right now, we are doing this. The next part that I'm going to do is painting the room and tearing out the closet that's there and putting it up with shelving. Okay, I'm going to finish this up and then we'll see the whole project.